This tutorial will show you how to generate a table and scatter plot using Microsoft Excel in 2 minutes. Feel free to pause the video at any time. First, open Microsoft Excel. I'm going to use UV-Vis Absorption data for this tutorial. I'm entering my data into the first 2 columns. Now to move right 1 column, press the Tab key on your keyboard. To move down a row, press Enter. I've labeled the first column concentration with units of molarity, and I'm entering the concentration of my solutions here. In the second column, I'm entering each solution's absorbance. Do not worry about significant figures and number of decimal places yet. I will show you how to format your table to have the correct number of sig figs later. Now let's graph our data. Highlight A2 to A7 by left-clicking and dragging using your mouse. To highlight B2 to B7, hold Control on your keyboard, then left-click and drag from B2 to B7. In the Excel program header, click on Insert Scatter, Scatter with only markers. Since there's only one data set, I'm going to delete the series legend. To add a trend line, right-click a data point and click on Add Trend Line. In the pop-up box, check Display Equation and Display R-squared value, then click Close. To remove the grid lines, click on Layout, Horizontal Grid Lines, None. To format the graph, click on Chart Title, above Chart, and type in the title as a dependent variable versus independent variable, or Y versus X. In this case, we're graphing absorbance versus concentration. Now click on Axis Titles, Vertical Axis, Rotated Title, and type in the dependent variable. Click on Axis Title again, Horizontal Axis, Title below Axis, and type in the independent variable. You're now finished with your graph. To format the table, double-click in between each column to fit the width of your text. I'm going to bold my labels, censor everything, and add grid lines by clicking all borders. Okay, let's focus on sig figs. I'm going to highlight my column of values, right-click and click on Format Cells. In the pop-up box, I'm going to click on Number and input the correct number of decimal places. Now, if you're concerned about significant figures, I'm going to instead click on Scientific in the same pop-up box and input the correct number of significant figures. Depending on the data that you were given, the correct number of significant figures or decimal places will vary. According to my data, both concentration and absorbance have 3 decimal places. You are now finished with your table. For more Excel tutorials, subscribe to Chemistry Ninja.